Look, I think if we look at journalism today, it's suffering something of an existential crisis. The internet is full of problems. There is a massive communications crisis. There is abuse, there is propaganda, there is distortion. It's very difficult for people to find what is useful, truthful, and reliable. Journalism is the only form of free expression which is dedicated to public purpose, providing truthful, accurate, humane, accountable, transparent information. So ethics have become much more important, particularly in an age when we can't trust the information we get. Media is like a pyramid, and we often think that the most important thing is the bottom of the pyramid, where the journalists work and the camera people work. And we think this is where there must be ethics, but actually it's not just that. We need ethical standards at all levels of the media pyramid. So we need transparent and ethical ownership. We need ethical management. We need an end to conflicts of interest. We need to remove political bias and commercial bias. So we need to have ethics all the way through the system. So we have to find a way of solving another question, which is that if democracy requires access to reliable and trustworthy information, which journalism provides, for the future, who is going to provide it and who will pay for it? So we need to look for new ways of funding journalism. That seems to me to be critical. So we have to provide that for them. We have to provide a navigation system to help people find truthful, reliable, and useful information, because it's necessary. But there are some things to be cheerful and optimistic about. And the responsibility is how they maintain ethical standards, how they maintain accuracy, independence, impartiality, humanity, accountability. These are the sort of key issues. So the internet gives us lots of freedom, but it doesn't guarantee us reliable information. Journalism is no longer important to do the boring stuff. Leave that to the robots. Journalism is important to help people understand the world in which they live. Journalism provides analysis, context, background about the events that take place. A bomb explosion here, a political act here, the decision of the British to leave the European Union. It's interesting, but who explains it? What does it mean? What is its impact? Robots can't do that. You need journalists, people, sentient human beings with emotional and intellectual attachment to the public and to the subject they're dealing with. That's why we need journalism. So we must be very, very careful of moving into the robot era, because there's lots that robots can do, but they can't do ethical journalism. So for example, there are 5 ethics of journalism: accuracy and truth, impartiality and independence, humanity and tolerance, transparency and accountability. Now, actually, these ethics can be broken. Sometimes we should not be transparent. Sometimes we should be secretive. Sometimes we may even have to hide the truth, because sometimes it's not in the public interest to tell everybody everything. Always we should show humanity, but sometimes we have to show very disturbing and explicit things. But that depends on the context. Who decides? Who decides what we receive and how it's presented to us? We have to have a community of people who are responsible, well-trained, informed, but above all ethical, who have an understanding of this picture or that picture, this headline or that headline, this story or that story. That's decisions that journalists have to take. These are full of dilemmas. My message is a strong, positive one. I believe strongly in journalism, I always have. And although I don't understand the new world of communications, how could I? I'm Neanderthal, I'm prehistoric. That I understand. But I appreciate its revolutionary meaning and how it will make the world a better place, providing we are able to tell the stories of what is happening in an ethical manner. That in the end will be the salvation, not just of journalism, but I think also of democracy.